Yo, what it do, baby? We are back and better than ever. It is 2 weeks in a row. It's a modern day miracle. It's your boy, Captain Boring, alongside his bud, not CFB3.
This guy.
And AKA will be joining us eventually, but we don't know when. Here's the deal. Behind the scenes look, he's never on time. Me and Robert are always on time. Okay, we said we were going to start this podcast at 5, right?
Except for work.
Except for work, right?
Robert's always 5 minutes late.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Except for work. However, you're there before the case starts, so that's all that matters.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Okay, we said we were doing this podcast at 5. We'll get on, and normally it's 5:03 right now because I got tired of this. So I've just now started, especially because we're not in season. It's 5:03 now. He originally said 4:30, 4:45. Then he pushed it to 5. He probably, Rob, let's do over under 5:10.
Oh, he's not getting on till he's 5:15.
All right, so Rob's taking the under. I'm gonna say another 5 minutes. So I'm gonna take the under just to make things spicy. So comment down below right now. Comment down below. Over, under, 5:10. Whether you're under or over, comment down below right now. Thank you for everyone for being here. This is brought to you by you, the fans. Make sure you like and subscribe. Help us provide more content to you. Share it with your family and friends. Subscribe. Go follow us on Instagram. Not one light fell out of its hole in my basement, so that's cool. Instagram, 4th and 1 podcast. Got to add the podcast. TikTok, 4th and 1 pod. That's really going to bother me. That's hanging there, but that is what it is at this point in time. Lots to happen. One of the reasons I'm on vacation next week, so I don't know if Simeon and Rob, you're going to do a podcast. Probably not. If you do, great. I will not be on it. However, lots have happened, and we will start with the fact that the $2.8 billion settlement that went to athletes from, I believe, starting in 2016. I generically heard that number, so I don't know if it goes back further than 2016 or if that's kind of year. Athletes from that era will be paid $2.8 billion, previous athletes before NIL. However, what it did also do, and it was pre-planned this way, and I did not know this, was there 2 things happened. There was a new law enforcement, and I say that in quotes, that the NCAA announced its creation of. I believe it is called the Collective Sports. What's it called? It's CSC. It's the Collective Sports.
That's a good question.
Oh, it's called something. We're gonna look it up.
I don't even know if I can find where.
This is such good podcasting. CSC. No, it's the Collective Sports Commission. That's what it's called.
No, that makes sense.
The Collective Sports Commission is a separate entity outside of the NCAA. They have hired Brian Sillig to be, he was in baseball formerly, to be the CEO. And it's a private entity that is now in charge of punishments surrounding college football and college sports in general. The main purpose of this is to speed the process up. Rob, we have talked for long that the NCAA's punishments process is just too slow. So this is now more privatized. Do you have an issue with that? Are you glad with that? What do you think about the collective sports? Whatever I said.
The commission.
The commission.
I think it's kind of hard to say because I don't want to make a judgment on it until it's at least been there for a year. And because that's kind of the problem we made before is we're like, oh, this is great. NIL is going to be great. And a year later, we're like, well, this is becoming a pretty big problem, evidently. So it's good in a sense that they're kind of growing up and making at least like some sort of governing body to kind of handle things. But I would say, well, I'll wait the year to make that judgment whether it's like a good thing, a fully good thing, or a bad thing.
I'm looking it up because now I think there's a new NIL law enforcement. The college sport. Oh my goodness! Wow, I was way wrong. The College Sports Commission. Excuse me. Wow. How good of a podcast host am I that I just got I got the sports right, and I got the commission right. Did I get the commission right? Even. College Sports Commission will enforce the terms of House versus NCAA settlement and run the new NIL clearinghouse. So the other thing that was set up, and this is being run by, what did Simeon say the name? I can't even pronounce this name. Do you know this name?
Oh, did he send it to us?
The Deloitte? Deloitte.
I thought he spelled Doolittle wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I just blew it off. I was like, no problem. Whatever, Simeon.
So they are in charge as we look this up and how to properly spell it. So, I mean, yeah, it's a whole bunch of firm. Deloitte is a multi-international professional network and one of the big four accounting firms. Basically, they are going to set the price of NIL. They then, how it was explained on the College Game Day podcast, I would say, Rob, I want you to come to Michigan. I want you to be on this podcast, and I want to give you $200,000 a year. I then have to submit it to Deloitte. Maybe that's how you say it. Deloitte. I would then submit it to Deloitte, and Deloitte says, Robert's only worth $100,000. So, no, we cannot do that. We have to
510.
510, right on the money. Well, what do we do now?
I mean, it's a push.
It's a push. Absolutely.
You're welcome. Well, mine says 511. If that's helpful in this bet.
So where's your video, and why do you sound like you're in the Chamber of Secrets right now?
My video is being weird. I'm attempting to get it fixed. And my audio is weird. Oh, because it's probably using the wrong microphone. Listen, I was so excited to join this, and it's using my webcam.
This dude over here walking around like the Tua Tagovailoa of IT right now.
Yeah, I just busted early,
Come on. Simeon, real quick question. You know this company that the NIL deals are now having to be submitted
Deloitte?
to? Is that how you say that?
Yes, these mother effers.
Deloitte?
Yeah.
All right.
They run half the world.
Doolittle sounded better.
Doolittle sounded better. Is that how they're going to be known now? Just Doolittle?
Doolittle.
They're going to do very little. So,
Deloitte, to finish my thought, Deloitte is going to, Rob, so then they're going to set the prices, because I think nice shirt, by the way.
You like that?
I do like that shirt.
Got it from a pretty cool manager at work.
Oh, man, he sounds pretty,
up.
Yeah, he sounds pretty awesome. It sounds like a whole bunch of lawsuits waiting to happen.
Well, it's one of those. Oh, did he leave already?
He's got to reset his camera and his mic. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm just saying, if he comes back in and it's after 5:15, it's a win for me. Oh, damn. Okay, it's a push. But
It's a win. It's a win for me.
You kind of are looking at it where now I think there should be caps per position. Like, I understand, obviously, if you have a Heisman winning quarterback, he deserves more. But I would say, you say, okay, quarterbacks can only make up to $2 million. And then whatever they kind of choose how to give him that is, whatever. But when you have an outside company who now is going to start determining how much the players are worth before they perform, now what's the incentive to play good if you know that, like, if Bryce is like, if they said to Bryce, well, we don't know if Bryce is going to be good or not, so we're going to start him out at 100,000, and it's like, okay, maybe Bryce isn't an overachiever and he's like, I'll take that 100K, sling the ball around a couple times, do my thing, and I'll transfer somewhere else.
And he'll Jamarcus Russell it.
Right. Just fake it till you make it and do what you got to do. But yeah, I don't like the fact of someone else determining how much they're worth. I think there should be a cap, but the cap should be performance based, or not the cap. Their worth should be performance based. If you are a very good quarterback, you make more of that cap.
I think I do. I agree with you, but I think you're absolutely right. I think there needs to be a ceiling, because right now, then the next 5-star, next can't miss prospect that is supposedly better than Bryce Underwood, he'll come in and he'll make more than right now. And Kirby Smart says the problem is freshmen are making more than seniors, and that's a problem.
That's where, if you are an incoming freshman, like, your cap, that is like the base what you'll make as a freshman. Or you just do it by year. Like,
Sure.
Whatever if freshmen can only make between 1 and 500,000. Obviously these numbers are whatever. Your sophomore, like, the most you can make is between your max would be if you stayed the full 4 years as a senior for the 2 million or
Robert,
whatever.
I know you're fancy now because you have a bedroom in your podcast studio. Can you
pull
your microphone closer to your face?
You are not going to come in here 12 minutes late and start barking at me.
I am.
That ain't going to happen.
Because there's nothing else I bring to this podcast besides my face, I guess. I don't know. I'm not wearing pants. Who knows what's going to happen?
Good Lord.
You don't bring timeliness, and you don't bring correct names, and you don't...
I'm just here for a good time, not a long time,
You missed it, Simeon. The NCAA is already being sued over this settlement.
Of the Deloitte settlement.
No, over the $2.8 billion. It has nothing to do with the
backwards. Like
they're being sued by some colleges because it doesn't put into place, and it. Oh, I already had it up, and it quote. Several colleges filed appeal Wednesday claiming the deal violates Title IX laws, which, if you remember, who said that? Who said that? Who said immediately the colleges are gonna have or some colleges are gonna have an issue with it.
Yeah.
The cap for every school will be $20 million. 75-ish% of that is probably going to the football team. So you essentially have a salary cap for 105 players, which is the new roster limit, by the way.
No more walk-ons.
Of like $13 to $14 million.
I hate this.
But plus NIL, which is where Deloitte comes in.
I don't like. I get it. And I've been the one harking on this for years of like, this is going to happen. It's going to professionalize.
Is it harking or harping? Just real quick.
I would have said harping.
I think it's harping. I think you're correct. I said it wrong. I was wrong.
All right.
But my point is still, like, why are why is this just not an even split between all student athletes? If there's a hard salary cap, I get it. Football makes most of the money. Get over it. What's the fist bump for?
We picked up another subscriber, so thank you, whoever you are. You know how many we're at now?
69?
2.
AKA, you're right. 69.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very
No
nice.
more. No more.
No more. No one else
more.
is allowed
Sorry,
to
guys.
subscribe.
We reached our max. We reached the peak.
Yeah, that's it. We have officially peaked.
So in this article, 90% of the 2.8 billion is expected to go to football and men's basketball.
Which is what we were saying.
Right.
So
Right. So 75 goes to football, 15 goes to
Yeah.
basketball.
So imagine how dumb you have to be as not only the NCAA, but also the lawyers to be like, nothing wrong will happen. This sounds great. 2 sports out of the entire college. No women's sports, even though there's a whole spiel about that. But
Women's
you
softball.
don't want to get it. You don't want to get into that.
I mean, well, if we're being honest, there's probably only really 3 women's basketball teams in the country that are bringing in substantial.
Listen, you're the one who says at work we need a heel, so you might as well just dive headfirst into being the heel right off the bat, dog.
There's a heel, and then there's getting the podcast down. So no, it's I don't know. I could imagine that Title IX is a very hard thing to manage when nothing in college sports brings in any sort of revenue other than football and basketball.
I am sad because the settlement does shut down a lot of the Olympic sports for some of the colleges, which that's a very good thing. You know, do we think that some Olympic events, and I would assume it is the quote unquote lesser events,
rowing. Makai is talking
like
about
rowing, rowing, shooting, dodgeball, stuff like that.
The U.S. is pretty good at shooting. I don't think we need to learn that in college. I'm just saying.
Australia tried really hard this week. Okay,
did they?
Do either of you know what I'm just referencing?
Here's what we need.
Absolutely not.
We need to shut down. No, I know what you're referencing.
Thanks.
I don't. Actually.
I'm illiterate.
Yeah, it was a school shooting. But
okay.
Yeah, that's why we didn't hear about it because it wasn't in the U.S.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we should shut down is men's soccer in the U.S.
Oh, absolutely, 100% agree.
Do not get me started on their
agree.
I'm going there because men's U.S. soccer. This should be a wake up that you guys on the Olympic level are awful. We're supposed to be sending the best U.S. athletes out there, and when was the last time we actually made it past like?
It's 2010 when it was in South Africa was the last time we did something.
That's horrible
because our best athletes are in basketball and football, the sports that pay, right? So I mean, follow the money. I'm gonna take this serious.
We've been over this. No, the sports that pay are still soccer.
No. The sports that pay early now are now basketball and football.
Yeah.
No one. Yeah. There's no NIL money for men's college soccer. Yeah. There's no NIL money for men's baseball. That is why the best player in the world right now in baseball is from Japan.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if he was from South Korea or Japan. I apologize.
You made it more racist by asking.
I didn't make it racist. I just wanted to make sure I knew where he was from. That's where the best player in the world in baseball is from right now. Because if you're a dual sport athlete and you can go D1 at football or baseball, Rob, what are you going to choose? Football or baseball? If you can go D1 at both,
I don't know. Baseball is kind of if you're good enough to make it to the MLB, baseball, 100%.
Yeah, but only if you're good enough to make it to the baseball second contract in the MLB.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're Well, I don't know what do you think the NIL is for men's baseball? Can't be that big.
Well, it's clearly in the other 10%.
That's true.
Right?
Later, Simeon. Yeah. Yeah, but
did you just say later, Simeon?
Yeah. Yep. I just saw his camera go up. Yeah. I don't know. It's men's U.S. soccer is an embarrassment.
I hate my life. They lost 4-0 for those not keeping track to Switzerland last night in Nashville.
In what? A friendly, or is this an actual
international friendly before the Gold Cup?
We haven't won since January.
We've lost the last 4 matches. We have a new head coach who I still believe in. I don't get it wrong. I think this is really a player situation. But
yeah, because the players suck.
People don't come here for my soccer hot take.
Listen. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to make a point about soccer and just not succeeding. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Imagine the U.S. men's national team not winning a game and playing international friendlies, whatever, in 5 months.
Later, Simeon.
Now it's later, Simeon.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Just wait until the World Cup is in the U.S. and we get embarrassed on the world stage. And it's like, well, here we are.
Yeah.
Greatest country ever. And we just...
With the greatest athletes ever. Oh, but just wait until flag football in L.A. in 2028, if it's still around.
And we go undefeated. I like what you did there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we will dominate in every other sport possible, except for the one that makes boatloads of money internationally.
Yeah. But football drives the money. I can't wait until Justin Jefferson lines up across an Italian plumber, and Joe Burrow's throwing a 55-yard deep bar.
The Italian team's pretty good, actually. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, the Italian team's good against our amateur flag football team. Just wait until Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill decide to just run go routes all day. Their line is going to look like Coco Kearns in College Football 25 at the hands of Robert. They're going to average like 549 yards a game.
Yeah, we do.
It's going to be ridiculous. Anyway, we digress. Comment down below what your thoughts are on the settlement. Deloitte running things now. Simeon, did you hear the College Sports Collective? That's the new law enforcement arm. They privatized law enforcement.
Are we the Pinkertons from the 1900s?
What do you mean?
Who's running it? Is it the NCAA or is it not?
His name is Ryan Seelig, I think. He used to be in baseball.
NC double money sign with slash throughs. NC double L. Really, the NC double L is probably the best thing you've come up with.
Brian Seely.
Oh,
S-E-E-L-E-Y.
the ex-MLB guy. Yeah.
Major League Baseball executive Brian Seely has been named the CEO. I'm just doing terrible with names today. Call me Mr. Not Name Right. He is the CEO. So they basically privatized both. They privatized someone to watch over NIL and then set caps and limits and deals, which they're going to get sued over, but you would expect it to go a little better with them running half the world, apparently, as you said. And then the law enforcement arm is also privatized out. And that is a whole nother thing. And the NCAA is out from under it. And is anyone surprised that that this settlement helped the NCAA not go bankrupt? Raise your hand if you are not surprised by that.
Oh.
Okay. Clearly it's just me. Oh, nope. Simeon's also on board.
Rob, that's not how I would have worded that statement for effect, but that's just me.
I was just...
Okay, well, considering I'm the one who was here on time, we'll roll with that.
Did you buy 2 appliances today?
Was I not on time?
I was shooting shots at him, not at you.
I know,
you never know what's going on.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, you had a comment in last week's podcast. I must have been commenting on your face whether you froze again or not, and you said that's just my face, dog. And so my mom liked that. By the way,
yeah. I appreciate it.
Rob, you got a game.
Yeah. So
games with Robert.
A little bit of cut, bench, and start.
Or kiss, marry, kill if we're...
That's not what the game's called.
If we are high school girls.
So yes. I am going to give you 3 quarterbacks. Kind of gets you. What is that noise?
Makai, can you tell your wife to get out of the kitchen for once in her life?
Sure. Hey, Care, would you mind shutting the basement door? Simeon says you need to get out of the kitchen for once in your life. Okay. Love you. Okay. She's upset now, so that's great.
You're in the doghouse now. Good job, Simeon.
For sure. Me and Dookie.
I'm bringing him her margarita. She'll
what
be
happened
okay.
What's going on with your picture?
What's going on with your picture?
What the heck? Oh, sorry. There you go. It's my privacy filter that fell over. I'm still trying to.
How does an IT professional have so many problems?
He does. He spends money on his kitchen instead of on his computer gear.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Amen,
and way to prioritize. Okay, and spend money correctly.
Thanks.
Anyway, back to Robert.
Okay,
what are we doing? Kiss, marry, kill quarterbacks.
Essentially, yes. They are all either the starting or like projected starter. Some of them are freshmen. I'm going to give you 3. You give me who you would start, who you're benching, who you're cutting.
Entire season, national championship game, one game. What is it?
Season.
Okay.
And like assuming that each of these teams would make it to the national championship, like
okay, all the way, going all the way.
Now, when I say bench, okay, this could also like benching them does also mean that they could come in relief. They could. It's not like they're never going to play.
Right. Yeah.
So,
okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, and I also kind of like randomly put them all together. So
love that. Love it.
It's going to be an interesting group. So the first group I have.
Okay.
All right.
Yo, she's cooking something fierce though. If I'm not allowed to eat whatever she's cooking, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll text her.
Take a long walk off a short pier.
We got Marcel Reed,
A&M quarterback.
Yes. DJ Lagway,
Florida quarterback.
Drew Aller,
Penn State quarterback. I'm going to start Drew Aller. I'm going to bench Lagway, and I'm going to cut Reed.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I don't know Reed. I don't know this man.
My justification, because everyone asked and everyone's wondering, and I know everyone's sitting on the edge of their seats, Aller has the experience
of losing.
Hey. Lagway has the athleticism to come in potentially and give me a different look. Should Aller not be able to throw the ball more than 20 yards downfield again? And Marcel Reed hasn't proven enough to me yet to be on the team.
Speaking of proving things, group number 2.
Oh, I love this game.
Bryce Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jalen Daniels. And Julian Sayin.
Is Jalen Daniels still in the...
Different Jalen Daniels?
Yes. No.
Kansas.
Oh.
I didn't know he came back.
Good.
Okay,
good
so
for him.
You got
He
Michigan.
wasn't going to the NFL.
Well, yeah, I just thought he disappeared into the ether like Cam Rising. So wait, Bryce Underwood. Daniels.
Jalen, Julian Sayin. Ohio State.
Okay. And this is projecting that both Underwood and Sayin are going to start this year for their respective teams. Okay. Simeon, you can go first.
Well, we start Jalen, obviously. And then because it's Ohio State, we'll cut Julian and we'll bench Underwood. But to me, they're both unprovens.
I would say the same. I'm going to take experience all day in college football. So until Robert comes up with his next scenario where I don't take the experience one. So I'm going to start Daniels. I'm going to bench Underwood just because of the potential with his legs. Julian Sayin is also unproven, so I haven't seen, but that's not a shot at Ohio State, but also it's a shot at Ohio State.
All right. Group number 3. Diego Pavia.
Nice.
Dylan Raiola.
Okay.
And Cade Klubnik.
This is a great list.
Wow. Right? This is a great one.
Yes. Cade is the starter in
Clemson.
Okay, just make sure. I was
Clemson,
remembering.
Vanderbilt, and
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Thank you.
I'm going to start Daddy Diego. I am
Okay.
going to, and there's no good reason here. I'm going to sit Cade, and I'm going to cut. Who was Raiola?
Raiola.
Kyle, let you, and then I'll give my.
I'm going to start Cade. I am actually going to sit Raiola and cut
This
Pavia.
is the other one. So the reason you cut Pavia is because he is a transfer, but that's the same reason that I started him. He's hungry, and I like the way he plays. It's a more composed Johnny Manziel style. That's how they won games there. They're a team. They focused. Raiola, who knows what he did? He's in Nebraska, and there's other bigger schools. And then Cade is just proven. It's Clemson. He's proven. He's a proven starter, like Micaiah's point. The exact opposite is true. Pavia is the transfer, so cut him. There's no read. Raiola is the talent, so sit him. And then Cade is the experience, so you would start Cade.
You were close, so that's why I started Cade and sat Raiola. I'm cutting Pavia because at Pavia's best, Vanderbilt is still 6-6. And at Raiola's mediocre, Vanderbilt or Nebraska's 7-5. That's just my reasoning. And you could make the argument, well, it's Vanderbilt. What is Pavia working with? And I wouldn't have an argument.
He just
back
got
to you.
another. I think he had a transfer this year. They're going to be interesting. Dark horse game. Robert, go ahead. What's your next one?
Okay.
Dark horse game. Don't tell me Vanderbilt's going to be a dark horse in anything.
Just
Dark
say
horse
is
for the
no.
First Responders Bowl.
There we
Also,
go.
what I'm doing is taking who you're saying the starters are and putting them into a pool.
Oh, we got a little
And then
bracket
we will-
going on.
And then we will take the starters and go from there.
Wow. Okay. All
Now,
right. I love
But the way
this.
I'm doing it is I took Micaiah's first one, Simeon's second one. So I'm just alternating as we go.
Okay. All right.
Next
Thank you.
group. Ty
Well,
Simpson.
first of all,
Go ahead.
just real quick. Can we get a round of applause here for Robert actually contributing something to the podcast
Oh,
and
come
coming
on.
prepared?
Listen,
This is the best produced
With an
segment
idea
we've
and
ever had.
everything.
Whoa. I am getting you so many hateful comments. Okay. If it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be that much hate towards you guys.
'cause you're a
you know
ginger.
what? You're right.
Exactly.
He's the heel man. He's turned
Yep.
Cena.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Ty Simpson, Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
He's the projected starter.
Yep.
Carson Beck
Miami.
or Nico.
Iamaleava.
Yeah, I can't say his last name.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, there is something about a white quarterback in
I don't like
Alabama.
any of them. Who went first last time? Me or Simeon?
I went first. It's your turn. You were
Okay.
right.
So I'm gonna start Beck because of experience. I am going to bench Ty Simpson
Interesting.
and cut Nico. Simeon, you can go and then I can explain my reasoning.
I'm looking at Ty. There's something about a white, and I mean this just because, like, non-racially. There's something about a white quarterback at Alabama that always proves.
So how is that racist? But me clarifying that Shohei Ohtani is from Japan
I'm
and not
still
South
cutting
Korea.
Ty Simpson because he's
Racist.
unproven.
That's what I want to know. How is that not racist? But what I said was, it's the
It is
same
the same
thing.
I'm just trying to make myself
Except
sound better.
Mine was clarifying.
Cut Ty Simpson. He's an unproven entity. Redshirt junior, though. So hopefully there's some leadership there. But no, we're cutting him. We're going to bench Nico. I really want to start Nico and bench Carson, but I'm not going to. I'm going to bench Nico and sit Carson. However, Carson's not going to be the same because he's in Miami with his girlfriend. Dude's not focusing on football this year.
Dude broke up.
he
With his
did?
girlfriend because of said reasons of being in Miami.
Oh,
And we all know what
these
they
hoes
are.
ain't loyal.
Yeah.
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 And they got them Lentitas down there, which clearly he wants.
Okay.
That's just what I'm
Okay, so
hearing.
Makai, what's your
And by
reasoning
hearing,
for
I mean,
cutting the one of the best arm talent quarterbacks of 2024?
there are two things I want in a quarterback: experience and loyalty.
Oh, stop it.
No, I do. I want loyalty. And Ty Simpson has sat there behind Jalen Milroe and Bryce Young, and he now gets his turn to start. I want a back. If my backup is just going to leave at the first sign of throwing a temper tantrum and not getting his way and not getting paid what he thinks he's worth, Deloitte come in and fix that problem. Then I don't want him as a backup quarterback. Nico's also going to be he's going to steal headlines. It's like having Tim Tebow as a backup quarterback. It's like having Shedeur Sanders as a backup quarterback. The media, it's like having Arch Manning as a backup quarterback. The media is going to flock to the backup quarterback, and that's not what I want. I kind of want to know one for a backup quarterback who can come in and play
This is
well.
a skinny guy. He's only 6'2", 185. Ty Simpson. All right, Robert, what you got next?
All right. Noah Fafita,
Sorry?
Arizona. Okay.
Jackson Arnold,
Auburn now?
I believe so,
Yeah. I mean, he left Oklahoma. I think he's at Auburn now.
and Arch Manning. I figured you would know his last
He
name.
is at
Oh.
Auburn now, Micaiah.
See, Samantha, it's your turn first. It's your turn first.
I don't know this Arizona guy.
He's good.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his stats now. Last year,
He's now started 2 years.
threw for 3,000, 12 for 18 and 12 though but a 25-6 season, so he's got it. Dude can sling. Yeah, Jackson Arnold. Let's start Noah and let's sit Arch. But I think you could flip those.
I'll be honest with you, I thought you were going to take Arch. So
I thought about it
Hey.
for a second.
Arch gets the boot, baby.
So I'm gonna cut Arnold. I'm gonna start. I want experience, and I said that's what I value. So I'm gonna start Noah and bench
Yeah,
Arch.
it's the same thing. I think I think Arch is gonna be there. I just don't know it yet. I'm really interested to see how he looks week 0, week 1.
What only gave me pause is that Arch does have some starting experience.
Yeah, and
right?
he played well in those games.
and he
Did
played
what he
well.
needed to do. But we don't
Yeah.
know. That's a different coming off the bench is different than being the guy.
We're
in
about to find
Austin.
out here in 12
I'm
Saturdays.
so excited, dude.
Right.
So excited to watch none.
3 more
Shut up.
groups until we get to the nitty gritty.
I have
Okay.
for the before Robert. Sorry to cut you off. Listen,
Let me hear
he's
it.
just gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna have all the time in the world. I'll send Liz out of the house. I'll watch football. Watch the kid.
Okay. All right, bud.
Get what you gotta
Dude,
do.
I hope so. I need this to happen. I need it to happen so bad. But we'll see.
All right,
We'll
Robert,
see.
go ahead.
So this one I actually think is probably a pretty tough group to kind of figure out. Garrett Nussmeier,
Oh,
Okay.
since
yeah.
down in LSU, Lenora Sellers,
South Carolina.
and then John Mateer.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But statistically the most productive quarterback in the college football. It's my turn. I'm going to go Nussmeier.
You can start him.
Oh, Washington
Mhm.
State.
I'm going to go Nussmeier because he has experience in the SEC. I'm going to cut Lenore. It's almost like that first group. Nussmeier, Sellers, and unfortunately I'm going to have to cut Mateer because he has 1 season left and Sellers gives me an athletic backup.
Oh, interesting what you're choosing there, Micaiah. Who's their current? I'm so interested who's the current offensive coordinator in Oklahoma?
It's a good question.
You guys are supposed to know this.
I'll look it up.
I think you cut Lenore, you start Nussmeier, and you sit Jonathan.
It's Ben Arbuckle, who was the offensive coordinator at Washington State, where John Mateer
Oh, so
was.
they're just going to be throwing that rock everywhere. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I like Lenore Sellers. I think, again, if we're talking about dark horses, we're going to talk South Carolina, and we are going to talk Vanderbilt. Come at me, Micaiah. But yeah, I agree with Micaiah regarding this.
Okay.
Yes, he was the OC at Western Kentucky.
Oh, so Bailey Zappi.
Rob, for that quarterback
Bailey Zappi
that threw with Bailey
he
Zappi.
holds all the throwing records. This is going to be a true air raid system. Was he under Mike Leach at some point? I wouldn't have been surprised.
No, but he was. But he was the offensive coordinator at the end of 2021 at Texas Tech.
So that's not Lane Kiffin. What's his name? For Kiff Kingsbury. Kiff Kingsbury. There we go.
Sound it out. You got it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
He left a head coaching job at Washington State to be the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Really?
No, he wasn't. No, he was offensive coordinator
switched
at
position.
Washington State.
Yeah, so that's an upgrade for him. All right, who you got next, Robert?
All right. Owen McCown.
Meet.
UTSA.
Yeah. Eli Holstein. Pitt.
Okay.
Pitt.
And Maddox Madsen.
Well, just on name alone, you start Maddox.
Boise State.
Maddox is not returning, correct? He's the new kid.
No, he's returning. Yeah.
Dude put in a solid career, but that's like saying JJ had a solid career at Michigan.
Wow, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Did Holstein start last year?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
Give me it's your turn. I'm sorry, Makai. I think I'm just thinking here. You
Eli who and Madsen and who?
McCown. It's pretty easy. You cut McCown. He hasn't proven himself.
You cut McCown. You start Holstein and you bench Madsen.
The bench is Oklahoma. I mean Boise.
Yeah,
I disagree. Yeah. You have a guy who competed in the playoff and competed solidly. You switch those two around, and I think it's an arm and a leg compared to Pittsburgh, what was their flagship game? Who'd they upset? Nobody? Yeah, no. Give me Madsen all day.
Last group of three. Luke Altmaier out of Illinois.
Okay.
Avery Johnson. That's what Kansas State, I believe.
Yeah.
And Haynes King.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Altmaier, King. I'm sorry, who was the second one? Who did you say?
Altmaier, King, Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. Simeon, it's your turn first. And he's gone again.
Later, player. He's back.
Oh, you're back.
You're gone.
And he's gone. All right, so let me go. Yeah, so Arbuckle worked with Bailey Zappi, Reed, Cam Ward, and John Mateer.
That's a crazy quarterback room he's had.
Anyway, Simeon, it's your turn.
That's Lane Kiffin. Yeah. Who was the third? It was Kansas State, Luke Altmaier, and who was the other one?
Haynes King, Georgia Tech.
King. Give me Haynes King. They got a transfer wide receiver coming in. Big guy, run the ball. You have to respect his ground game. Give me Avery Johnson, just because Kansas State always seems to go like 10-2 or like 7-5, and then
two very different numbers.
And then they're always there. Is my point. They're kind of like Oklahoma State.
Okay,
they exist. They're never in the bottom half of the group.
Except last year when Oklahoma State literally finished dead last in the Big 12.
Fell off a cliff. And then whoever else was the last one is the one I'm cutting. Oh, Luke Altmaier, yeah.
I'm gonna go start Haynes King. I just like his running ability, his toughness. Really showed a lot, especially in that Georgia game. Then give me Luke Altmaier as the backup because random white guy as your backup quarterback, never a bad plan. And then whoever that third person was as well. Avery Johnson. Right. Yeah, get him out of here.
Final. These are well, it's 8 players, but 4 groups.
Okay, 4 groups, 8 players.
First one, Drew Aller, Jalen Daniels. Who are you starting?
Aller.
Daniels, athleticism.
Interesting choice.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Oh, that would have been Micaiah's. What did you say?
Sorry. He said Myers, not Myers. The other guy.
Daniels.
Daniels.
What?
Okay. I was like,
there's been too many names thrown around.
Myers wasn't a name for me. Okay.
We got to lock in here. Lock in.
Sorry, coach.
Carson Beck, Cade Klubnik.
That's me, Cade.
Yes.
I'm also going to take Cade, not that it matters, just because he doesn't look like a heroin addict. And for those of you that think that's a shot, go search Carson Beck and tell me I'm wrong.
Everyone's know
Garrett
already.
Nussmeier, Noah Fafita.
Nussmeier.
That's a Heisman. That's my Heisman long call. I agree. Sorry.
I was like, you saying, yeah, that's my Heisman long call. That didn't do nothing for me. Final one, Eli Holstein, Haynes King.
King.
Yeah, King.
So
Holstein's a cow.
This is not the final 4 that I envisioned. So, Jalen Daniels, Haynes King.
Oh. Micaiah.
I'm so taking Daniels.
What? It's the same. Okay. Interesting choice. I think King has more of the arm, but I'm honestly unsure. I need to watch more.
Kansas is really good when Daniels plays.
Yeah,
He's just never healthy. That's his problem.
Yeah. Robert, who's?
And then Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier.
Nussmeier. I just said he's going to be my front runner.
Yeah.
You have to pick Nussmeier.
Yeah, I agree. Nussmeier.
The fact that this is coming down between Jalen Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier is kind of blowing my mind. Which of these 2 are you starting on your team to win?
The way that I'm calling him Nuss now.
That's easy. It's Nussmeier.
The way Nuss looked against USC, it was the prettiest football I have seen since a spring practice, no pad, no hard hitting, balls got thrown around. Like, he was fitting stuff in windows that a quarterback at his skill level should not be able to do. He looked like the second coming of Tom Brady when he needed to be. I don't remember if they won that game, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, they lost.
Oh, they did? There you go. But, like, I just remember, I remember texting both of you, guys, Miller Moss, who was on the opposite side, and they're having the greatest quarterback time. Like, it was a quarterback duel back and forth when everybody hoped this past Super Bowl would be, and it wasn't. And so I if I'm gonna ride or die, last time I rode or died on a guy this early in the preseason, it was Ollie Gordon. So expect him now to suck. So
listen, when Nussmeier doesn't turn the ball over, LSU is real good. They had a 3-game losing skid last season, 10-26, 10-9, and 10-16. So 3 games in a row. It was A&M, Alabama, Florida. His lines were...
They got crushed against Bama.
He was against A&M, 405, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Remember, they had a 2-score lead going into halftime, and then Nussmeier turned the ball over. Bama, they got obliterated, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And Florida, he threw for 260, 1 touchdown, 57.5% completions, no interceptions. And then against Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, he was real good. He was 332, 1 touchdown, no picks. Against Oklahoma, he was 277, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And against Baylor in the bowl game, he was 313, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 70% completion percentage. When he is, Old Miss, he was real, but he was 43%, but they won. Like when he is up above 65%, LSU's undefeated. When he's down below 65%, that's when they lose.
Except for the USC game.
And the Old Miss game, which they won, but he completed 43%.
You guys got me there. You know.
Who did you think?
I honestly thought the Final Four was going to end up being Klubnik, Aller. I guess I did. Nussmeier would have made it, but I would have thought that one would have taken either Sellers or
Lagway.
Yeah, I mean Lagway probably too, but then not A&M. That's not Sellers. That's
Marcel Reed.
Marcel Reed. I thought one of those two would have been, but hey, that's why we do this. You know, not only are we're throwing names out there a lot of people probably don't know, like Eli Holstein or Owen McCown, but you know, maybe
so
will get good.
Is this a new Segi?
Yeah, I mean, we can do it.
Well, what I want to do when I get back from vacation, I want to do win totals as our preview. Like, I don't want to do previews how we did previews with previewing team. Like, I don't care because the players that I normally say preview, first of all, no one pays attention to that anyway.
It's too many. There's too many guys.
It's too many. The transfer portal's all over the place. All that. What I want to do is I want to take a conference, SEC example, and go LSU over under win totals, whatever it is, 9.5. That's an example. I don't know what it is. Don't hate on me, Tiger fans. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
And say here's their here's LSU's schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Over under, and then we vote, and then we move on, and then we have some comments. You know, how's that sound for everybody? That sound good for everybody?
I was gonna do what are the storylines in each conference. And so I love that, Micaiah.
But I think
I think we put the two together.
Yeah, I think it can kind of be rolled all into.
Here's a little preview for the fans next 2 weeks from now, probably. As we're going to be at that point 10 Saturdays away. That is 2.5 months. Get excited. Get ready to roll. I want from both of you right now. Let's say teams that were 20 or above in the rankings, so that includes non-ranked teams. I want just the name, your dark horse to make the playoff. New, expanded, fun ranking system playoff.
So you're saying teams
that were outside of the top.
Outside top. Okay. When you said I was like, my mind went inside. I'm like, it's not really a dark horse if they're inside the top 20. But yeah. Go ahead, Micaiah. What do you got there? You got your finger pointed up. Let me hear it.
He's pointing at Michigan. He thinks Michigan's going to be a dark horse.
I also thought for a second that I wouldn't say they're a dark horse just because of the media attention that they already have behind them.
So you think that
Micaiah's point, they had 2 good games to end the season was Michigan's season, and therefore they looked flat. They were still developing an identity. I get it.
People forget
it's week before but I get it.
The week before the Ohio State game, they blew out Northwestern 59-0. They had No. Listen, I'm saying the quality of win, I understand that. But I'm saying for that team scoring 59 points on anybody last year, that was a modern day miracle. Yeah, that was 1980 U.S. hockey versus Canada, everybody.
Okay.
There was no way that team should have scored more than 24 points.
Pump the brakes.
It was the USSR.
The team that I want to choose is they finished.
Okay, so fine.
20.
Since I can't be a homer, and since Robert and Simeon seem to think that Michigan's just a lock for the college football playoff this year.
I didn't say that.
I heard that.
I wouldn't say they're a lock. I would say with the amount of media attention that they're getting and the hype, Michigan has a lot of hype behind them now, especially with the transfers that came in, where it's kind of like
Robert's on the other side of this. To me, it's like I don't think until they do it, I don't care. Like you guys aren't anything to me. You're another what is it? 7-5 team.
All right, fine. Fine. Be that way. I'll take Florida.
That's a good one.
That's a good pick. Robert, what was your originally
it was going to be Illinois.
That's the vibe I'm going for, so I respect it. Did they finish within the top 15 last year?
They finished 16th. They were 10-3.
See, okay. but I see they're less of a dark horse than.
But that's why I said, I didn't know they finished in the 16th. So
okay, all right.
They were going to be my pick until I looked and I was like,
up until we did the T-pose. Brett Venables did the T-pose against Arkansas or whoever it was.
He did the T-pose?
Who was he beefing with? Shane Beamer, South Carolina. That was a great game. Great bowl game.
So I need more of that. See, and if the NCAA had a scheduling commission, which would be just absolutely insane, and they should not investigate this at all.
He's being sarcastic. Please do that.
The scheduling commission would have put Illinois and South Carolina as a non-conference game week 1 and just been like, you know what? Let's run it back, baby.
Robert, I like the answer. It's the vibe I'm looking for, but I do want another one that technically meets the criteria.
Probably A&M.
I like that. Did they finish outside the top 15?
Yeah, they had a real bad end of their season.
Yeah, they finished on the wrong end.
See, this is why the storylines and the over-unders is going to be important next week, or 2 weeks, because there's so many teams. It's a new format, and we're really excited to get going. Is this the right one? Did I nail it first try?
You did. Way to be.
Hey, listen, I come in late, I leave early, just like in the bedroom. It's what we do, baby.
Yo, wash your hands, you filthy animals.